Hey founders, my name is Václav and I want to discuss how and why you need a great pitch deck, right? So if you're going to fundraise, then having a pitch deck is going to be like a huge important aspect of your fundraising, because it's the first thing that the VCs and other type of investors will see from you, and sometimes you won't even know that they've seen your pitch deck, because oftentimes when you send it to one group or one person, he will email it to other people he may know, for example for feedback, or if it's not a good fit for them, like for example for a sustainability VC group, you may send something about like energy sector, but they may not see that the angle they have in their thesis, so they will send it to their other friends who are also investing in climate tech, energy sector, and so on. So this pitch deck that you will have will actually be going through several email addresses that you won't even know about. And if you're invited to present in front of the board, well, guess what? You will be clicking through the deck and you will be explaining your company in 5 to 10 minutes alongside with your pitch deck. It's called pitching. So this is very important for you to nail it. And listen, any 12-year-old today can build a presentation. I mean, ChatGPT can build a presentation, right? Like a couple of minutes nowadays. But it doesn't mean it's good. And for you to raise, $500,000 or 2-3 million euros, you need a great one. And behind every slide is like hours of preparations, right? So let's take a look at how you can do it effectively and well. First slide or first two slides should, in most cases, be directed towards the problem. And the issue here that I see so many times, people make, and I have seen thousands of pitch decks in the last couple of years alone, is they discuss a problem that doesn't seem to be that important, that couple of people might be thinking about. And this is what in marketing terms is usually called nice to have, nice to have solution or feature. And if your product is a nice to have, well, no one will care about, because they didn't feel like they can, make 7, 8, 10x on your investment. So you actually here, you need people to feel emotion. So if you're presenting to an investor, they need to feel like strong emotion directed towards, the problem that you're solving. It needs to be a huge enough addressable market of people or companies willing to pay for it, right? It's the typical, you've heard it before, don't sell vitamins, sell painkillers. That's what people buy. And this is exactly how you need to approach it. Next thing is the market size. Right? I've seen so many people talk about, this is $1 billion, this is $1 trillion company. Who cares? And if we put 1%, if we take 1% of the market, then we're going to be like billionaires, No, you're not going to. No, it's not going to happen. How exactly do you plan on attacking that market? And this is I would say 5, 6 out of 10 slides or 10 decks. I've seen it. There is this huge number, but nothing to it. So why do I trust you? Why should I trust you as an investor that you're actually going to sell to anyone on the market? What's your strategy? What's your background? What's your know-how, expertise, secret sauce of you actually being able to do it? And to be honest, it does look better to address a smaller market where you have better chances of dominating than trying to take 1% of the global food market. That's really stupid to put in your deck. So don't do it. Traction, right? So this is a third thing that is going to play a huge role in your deck, because if you don't have any traction, then you haven't really proven that what you're going to do, people should trust you, you have the ability, you know how to do it. There needs to be traction. And what's traction? I mean, any numbers of growth. Doesn't have to be just paying customers, even though this is obviously in terms of, let's say, MRR, the biggest, most important metric of you actually knowing how to do business. Well, there are others, right? So it's maybe you had a community and in the past 2 months you've introduced a paid feature you didn't expect it to grow and suddenly it like overcame all of your expectations, right? Or you've in your like social apps you created some events and it like blasted through the door, right? So that shows that you have tapped into something like interesting, right? And this is what in your deck you want to have in your presentation, because this is what will, this peak will make investors stop and pay attention, because they will be like that's like a head bulb going like, hey, maybe I can make some money here. And this is like the intrigue you want to create. Competition. This part is important. Like the worst thing I've heard on presentations is the part of people trying to like explain it to me and convince me that there's no competition to their product. Like the hell there's not. Like either you're on a market that no one like is interested about, so no one is buying it, obviously. That's why there are no companies. Or like maybe you haven't looked on the internet. There's other people doing the same stuff on the entire planet, like you're not the only one. And if I can find like top players in 5 minutes doing 10 times better than you, and you're saying there's no competition, then I'm going to point you to the door, right? Because you have no idea what the hell you're talking about. So please don't do it. Always map your competition. It's all right that there's other people doing it or even better. Like it may actually be a good sign, but you need to know like what makes you different. What's your USP? Like why you should actually try to go against them, right? Let's call it the last step. Listen, there's many methods of building a pitch decks, many different structural strategies. In our community, we talk about them a lot and we give away a lot of different templates and guidelines. But if we want to keep it simple, like very, very simple, then let's just end this pitch you're building today, the draft, with one last thing, and that's the ask. Like, what amount of money do you actually need to fundraise for your business right now? And you can put your valuation or percentage on the deck, depends, but put there like how much you are actually raising, because if I don't know that, then it's like looking at an apartment online and having that the little sentence, email us for a quote. Well, I don't have time to email you for a quote if I'm looking online at dozens or hundreds of apartments to buy. So don't leave people hanging on the term of like how much money do they actually need to put in your company. Why? Well, it's easy because it allows them to calculate whether it's worth it, whether they should be wasting more time or not. Or if it's interesting, maybe it may be over their budget as investors in their investment strategy, right? If they do only 500K tickets and you want 3 million, then that's too much for them. Or on the other hand, you want 1.5 million, they do up to 1 million. Well, then guess what? They will email their co-investors typically asking them, hey, do you want to join us in this round? We just need 500K more, but we are doing this, we're leading this, right? So it's a good idea to put this slide in. Hey, if you want to hear more advice and more in-depth and maybe get some coaching on how to build decks and approach investors, join our community. There are links, buttons below, so I'm sure you can find it. If not, it was a great time you having to listen to my little blurb, and I do hope that you've gained some information that you can actually use. So good luck in your fundraising.